Welcome back to One Piece Anime Review, episode number 85. Only discussing 2 episodes this time because that's how much I got done before I did this, and 2 episodes watched last night. 907 and 908. 907 is not part of the Wano arc. It is the second of 3 times this whole series where this episode here is not part of the main story. Well, this is adapted from source material. There is something that does exist for this one, but it's adapted from a one-shot that was served as a prototype for One Piece. One of 2 prototypes. Romance Dawn. Yes, it was the adaptation of the second one-shot. This one, now, you watch this episode, I remember reviewing this episode about a few years ago, that the style of this one is done the style of the way it was presented back in the late 1990s. Just, like, it looked visually kind of looks that way, but done with a modern art style. Now, here's the thing. Luffy is the only character you recognize the whole story. He pretty much mostly is the same character he normally is. Heck, the outfit he wears, that's his part 1 attire. The red vest with the blue pants with a puffy on the outside, and the sandals, and of course the straw hat. Excuse me about that. Yes. Aside from that, they do change what type of pirate he is. That he's basically... They get a different word here. And also, Luffy, first time you see Luffy, he's basically first thing you see this whole story, is that he just relaxing on a boat. You're thinking, wait, where's the Going Merry? Where's the Straw Hats? Not, or at least 1,000 words here. Not here. Yeah, not here. So, he just relaxes his boat. He apparently is trying to become a pirate. And then, of course, this panda bird decides to crash his boat. Which is basically called Balloon. And if you're curious, though, does Kali Clicky Beers to voice Luffy in this episode? Yep, she does. There are technically overall 4 characters whole entire story. You have Luffy, Balloon, you have Annie, who you're thinking, wait, this woman looks like Nami. Is she voiced by Lucy Christian? Yes, she is. And then you have this random pirate crew, captained by a guy called Saki, who is voiced by Ian Sinclair. Yep, Ian Sinclair. There's a whole thing surrounding him. He's got this mysterious power. Is it devil fruit? Not exactly the same it is. They call it magic here. Where, like, Anna is basically tied onto the mast, which that's standard you see in fiction related to women tied to the mast. They love doing this. And it's all over this bird, who apparently has got magic in his blood. And apparently Saki really wanted that so badly. And of course he captures Luffy in the cell. Luffy does show his different power just yet, per se. Yeah, it takes a while. It's like, oh. They show you off screen, like, okay. And he's used it later on when he beats up the pirate crew. He does explain his backstory. He shows his grandpa, which obviously this is Garp. And here's the strange thing, though. Is Garp voiced by the same guy who voices Garp regularly? Yes. Same guy. Frank Gustav. Now, mostly put a lot of the character related to this version of Garp. It was adapted for Garp himself, but the whole thing about being a pirate, that was given to Shanks. And also, the Straw Hat was never originally... You see, in the main series, Shanks had the Straw Hat before Luffy did. In this one-shot episode, Luffy's grandfather, a.k.a. Garp, he had it first. And if it was a treasure, he gave it to him. By the way, his ship is not the same ship he has in the regular series. It does, for some reason, have the logo of the Straw Hat Pirates. Yeah, this I thought was kind of weird. There's no explanation for this. Say a few times we find flashback. And here's the strange thing, though. Garp in the main story does not have a scar across his face. Nope, he doesn't. His face is perfectly fine. Now, they do show that Garp is very, very much a bodybuilder here. Now, in the case that we hit in the regular series, they kind of keep this up in the regular series too, but not to the extent this one was. Whereas obviously he's a bodybuilder. That's why they look like a guy probably in his 60s. So, He has a fight in the crew, Luffy fights the crew, and the guy flies off on his magic broomstick. Yes, magic broomstick with balloon. And he's able to catch the thing because he was down for power. By the way, does Luffy eat the Gum Gum proof like he does in the main series? Yes. They do change location and who gave it to him. In the main series, it was Shanks who found it, and they found pretty much the same box. And they didn't say where he took it from in the main series. Well, a little bit later, it's actually from a gunboat ship. In this one, Luffy's grandfather said, he got from random ship he raided, and Luffy's just bit into it, that was it. In the case of the main series, he ate the whole thing, and it was disgusting. And for some reason, in flashback, they don't show him using his Devil powers. And he does something, he says, oh yeah, my body is rubber. Like, people do ask, what the heck are you? And he usually says, in the main series, I'm a rubber band. And here he's like, my body's made rubber. Yeah, it's a similar subtitle like nobody spills. Then he basically punches the guy, and then of course Baloo goes back with Annie, and Luffy goes to their boat. As what happened to Shaky's crew, don't know. Here's the strange thing about Saki. He does appear in One Piece on Wonder posters. Yes, doesn't make physical appearance in the series, but he's there. A part thinking, based upon how he's portrayed here, you're thinking like, oh, the crew is afraid of him, and the fact Luffy openly insults him, and of course everybody's scared of the fact. You're thinking, wow, it's like Oda based Alvida on this one character, except at the time she was a chubby woman. Now she's a babe because she ate devil fruit because she got slimmed out. And apparently the outfit she wears, that's the only thing she can wear because her body is so slippery. Yep. But in the case of our next episode, just have, Luffy drop the treasure ship off of the town of Leftovers. We have the Batman, because I think it's Batman and two other guys. Of course, Luffy basically runs them again. Picks this giant barrel of water, clean water. Oh, this one's for the Shogun. Nope, we're giving the people because basically Shogun's an idiot. So he basically plats them later. He's like, oh, that is our food. Give us back our food. And of course, everyone's like, nope, you guys can take all the food we're basically eating here. And of course, everyone gets filled up with all this food. And of course, they also have basically demolishing the treasure, probably for supplies for their house, because their house is virtually falling apart. Yeah. And of course, these people barely get anything anyways. Luffy basically want to make up to them for basically being nice people. So, he gives them clean water, and of course, him, Kaku goes with him too, and of course, Speed and Tama go back to where Tama is from, though this comes back a little behind him later. And we have basically Luffy, Law, Kaku ride on Kamachio up to Odin Castle, which Kaku seems interested in. And there's a secret involving here, I'm not going to reveal it here, where we're going to meet the ghost of Wano. And that's pretty much the episodes. Good episodes. Thoroughly enjoyed it and love seeing these episodes again. Okay, so that's episode review. Next episode is going to be Boruto. It'll be eventually a while before I can pack the Bleach Boruto tape. But after I finish 2 episodes of Boruto, definitely Bleach next. Okay, next video. Bye.